We're about 12 miles northwest of Ponoka, Alberta. My family's been in this river valley here for 60, 70 years. I have a beautiful wife and a 2-year-old daughter and a 4-month-old son.
Family to us, I guess, is more than that. It's our extended family. The grandparents are involved, the nieces and nephews, the sisters and brothers. Our family is all involved in the farm.
Our main focus is raising elk for meat.
I don't think elk ranchers are different than anybody else that's in agriculture, and we're probably a good example of that because we're not just elk. We have commercial Angus beef, we have longhorns, we have the elk, we have the bison, we have pheasants. So we're no different than anybody else raising cattle or any other agricultural commodity.
When we were just in the elk, we limited our customers because we couldn't get them to come to the farm just with the elk. So we've diversified into the longhorns and into bison. The Texas Longhorn, I chose it because of lean meat and more than one product. There's a market for rodeo stock. There's a market for skulls for decorative Western style decoration around your yard or in your house. And they're a very family friendly breed. They're very docile and I don't fear for the safety of my family around them. We're right here in the Battle River Valley and it's very rocky underneath here. It's good black soil, but a lot of rocks.
It has been used to grow typical crops, oats, wheat, and everything else, but it's not great. My husband farmed this land while he was growing up, and they would cultivate, and then they would pick rocks, and pick rocks, and pick rocks, and pick rocks, and then cultivate again, and pick more rocks.
I didn't enjoy that at all. So my plan was, okay, well, let's grow grass and see what we can get to eat the grass that's gonna provide us a living. And that's, I guess, what the elk are doing for us. They eat grass and a little bit of oats that we give them basically for treats. And we believe that is a healthy product for our children and for the future. With cattle, we found that, we just could take our animals to the auction market and sell them, and we had basically one market. So with the elk, we have 4 different markets that we can get into. When their antlers fall off, there's a market for trophy sheds. There's markets for furniture, crafts. We have a hunt market, and we have breeding stocks.
They're a very healthy meat choice. They grow their antlers, which is a wonderful health product to many people. One thing that comes to mind, we have a good family friend who thought he'd try taking the elk velvet antler for his arthritis. And he tried it and he came back to me and he said, "Tina, I clapped." And I kind of looked at him, "You clapped?" He said, "I clapped for the first time in 15 years and it didn't hurt." And that to me, then I'm proud because the industry is doing good for other people, and that's the whole thing that makes me happy. One myth we always come up with, or question that people ask, is they think that you have to kill the animals in order to harvest their velvet, which is completely untrue. It's a sustainable resource. They grow the antlers every year, so it's a natural happening.
Well, one of the things we do, and usually this time of year, the bulls have shed their buttons or their antlers, and instead of an Easter egg hunt, we sometimes go on a button hunt. And the button is what falls off after the elk have been velveted. This is what we're looking for.
I think my parents taught me the connection with the land right from a young age. You'd get home, change your clothes, and go do your chores. So it taught you responsibility and work ethic.
I guess, that many years ago, there wasn't that much emphasis on the environment, and they just did what they could to try to make a living. And I guess the way that things are now, we want the river valley to be full of wildlife. We just don't want cattle to chase them all away. We want to coexist with all those beautiful animals in the valley here.
We live in a very diverse area, and we have to take the animals that we farm and manage them in accordance with the land so that we're looking after everything all at once. Growing up on the farm, it helps you to do that because you're with it every day.
We're just farmers. We want to raise our family on the farm. We want to be with our kids. We want to get them involved with animals, environment. And I guess that's the most important thing to Tina and I, is being with our kids every day. This is Owen, the future elk farmer. I 100% am committed that what we're doing here with the elk is the right thing to do. If you just give them a good chunk of grass, they'll do well for you. And I believe that's a healthy choice for Albertans.
I did have one producer ask me if the animals were born with their antlers, and I think my response was, ouch.